Hello, my name is Matt McManaway, and I'm a sophomore in NGU. While I can never give you my full testimony in 4 to 5 minutes, I would like to share with you how my Aunt Cyndy made an impact on my life and faith. Growing up, I was always taught that faith in God and family are the most important things in my life. Because we are a close-knit family, I spent a lot of time with my aunts and uncles and cousins. Since leaving Ohio for NGU, I've really come to know how blessed I am just to have these people in my life. I guess sometimes we underestimate the impact family and friends can have on our lives. That is definitely the case with my Aunt Cyndy. Although she passed away last February after a 2-year battle with cancer, I am certain the lessons I learned from my Aunt Cyndy will stay with me the rest of my life. First, let me tell you a little bit about my Aunt Cyndy. She was my dad's oldest sister and was married to my Uncle Tony. While she never had any biological children, she and Tony still adopted 3 girls. She was a graduate of The Ohio State University and even worked for OSU writing grants. Cyndy loved sports, and her favorite movie was RUDY, which became her nickname. Being from Ohio and an alumni, she was obviously a huge OSU fan. During her battle with cancer, she got calls from former Ohio State football player Chris Spielman and coach Urban Meyer. Cyndy was a talented musician and wrote songs and poetry. All that aside, more than what she liked or where she worked, Cyndy would definitely want you to know that she was a Christian. Cyndy was passionate about young people and was active in youth ministry. She was a student of the Bible and wrote youth group lessons and dramas. She sang gospel music from the time she was a teenager and even made recordings that were popular here in Ohio. Most of all, she lived a life of faith and service to Christ. That's the part of my Aunt Cyndy's life that impacted me the most. Here are just a few lessons of what I learned from my aunt. First, Cyndy helped me understand the values of family. She was a great poet, and this is one of her poems. It reads, "White cedar shingles, green shutters, steep tin roof, birds in the eaves, maples overhead, hand-hewed logs beneath, green grass and ivy on 4 sides, lilacs, begonias, and honeysuckle, enough for countless kitchen bouquets. Hills for rolling down, trees for climbing, and a tire swing. A bedroom for each of us, and room for a piano besides, plus all our own books. Music filling every room, often spilling in the yard, memories made and safely kept there. At first our mansion, now our friend, always home." Family is something we often take for granted, but shouldn't. Family is there in the good times and bad. Family cares, family teaches, and family loves. A great family is a great blessing. Next, Cyndy helped me understand everyone will face trials in life. From the very day she was diagnosed with cancer, she never felt sorry for herself. It was hard for me to understand and why this was happening to her, but Cyndy never questioned God. She would say things like, "If this is God's plan for me, it's the right plan for me. And I win either way. If God heals me, that'll bring glory to Him, and if He doesn't, I'll be with Him." Cyndy's faith allowed her to be brave and face trials head on. Cyndy also taught me that our time on earth is short, so we need to make the most of it. We often fall into traps of thinking we'll live forever. The reality is we're not guaranteed tomorrow. That means we need to live every day like it's our last. We must seize every opportunity in life, faith and love. Another lesson I learned from my Aunt Cyndy was the need to love and appreciate people while we have them around. As I mentioned before, I believe we often take people for granted. I never thought I would lose my aunt so soon and wish she was still with us. I understand now that there are people in my life today who may be gone tomorrow. Knowing the fact that relationships become something I value more and strive to grow. The last lesson I learned from my Aunt Cyndy may be the most important. One day we will all stand before God. Because she was a woman of faith and obedience, my aunt did not fear death. She was able to take on the Apostle Paul's attitude, to live as Christ and to die as gain. While we must make the most of life, we have to be prepared for eternity. That may be the lesson I remember the most. As I said in my autobiography, I know I have a long way to go from my faith standpoint. I also know God has blessed me in many ways, and my Aunt Cyndy is one of the biggest blessings I will ever have. Even though our time together was short, my aunt had a huge impact on my life and faith. Hopefully this testimony will do the same for you. Thank you.